Good morning and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care and Advanced Audiology. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host.
I'm Dr. Gene Dorio.
On your hometown station, KHTS 98.1 FM, 1220 AM. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our guests this morning are Marketing Director Mary Dembkowski and Memory Care Director Allamary Moore from where?
Oakmont of Valencia.
Yes, yes. And you're in the second facility now. You had one, and that's beautiful.
Yes, we're so excited. We've been open for going on almost 6 months.
Has it been that long? Good heavens. That's amazing. Well, tell us about the new facility.
Well, our community is state-of-the-art. We have an assisted living. We have memory care built in. It is a beautiful addition to Santa Clarita. We have 50 apartments for memory care and 40 apartments for our assisted living, making it a more boutique community for assisted living. Mm-hmm. It's thoughtfully designed, so in our memory care, all of the apartments have natural lighting. We have courtyards throughout our community. There's lots of features for our residents. They're very, very active, so this community definitely was well planned.
So why do they? So let's differentiate for our listeners: assisted living and memory care, so that as we're dissecting through what Oakmont has to offer, that we'll have a little bit better understanding of what the residents have in common in these areas. So assisted living, what is that?
So our entire community is considered assisted living. So for anyone who is, over the age of 62 and they're looking for a community where they can receive assistance as far as med management, ADL care, so activities of daily living, bathing, dressing, grooming assistance, escorting to and from activities. Assisted living is mainly for residents who do not have cognitive impairments. Our memory care is a more specialized program for residents who have dementia, Alzheimer's, and other forms of cognitive impairments. We really look to help them engage and maintain their independence as best as possible while providing an amazing quality of life for all of our residents.
So you mentioned 62 years of age. Not that, we're aging younger, we're aging older, well, to a certain degree statistically, but, what if there's someone who's 55 and feels that, or let's say there are individuals who are family members here in Santa Clarita that go, my dad retired and he's done well, and he's now living, outside of Santa Clarita, but he would like to live closer to us, but he just doesn't want to put up with a new home or anything like that. Are you strict with that 62 years old?
So when it comes to the age, if our community fits the needs of that resident, in other words, maybe they are younger than 55, but living in an assisted living community, or more specifically, possibly a memory care community if they have early onset dementia, then oftentimes we're the best fit. If someone is fully independent and not 62, typically they might choose to go to maybe an independent living first, and then transition over to us, only, for the fact that if they are very active and maybe still traveling and things like that, that our community may be something that is a little bit further down the road. But again, those with physical disabilities, maybe, they had a stroke, or we have someone in our memory care that had a brain injury, that we do meet the needs even though they are at that younger age.
So traumatic brain injuries might qualify them if they're disabled. How do you define the difference between somebody who is disabled and somebody who is impaired?
We work with our physicians, so the residence physician really helps us manage their care, but also determining what their needs are. So, Dr. Dorio, you would give your patient a diagnosis, and that diagnosis follows them to us, and at that point, we work together to figure out what are the care needs, how can we meet those needs, how can we make this work for the resident's best interest.
Right. So, but still, as doctors, I don't think doctors even understand the difference between disabled and impaired. I have friends who will say, and one of my friends, he's blind, and he says, when somebody asks me if I'm disabled, I say I am not disabled. If somebody asks me if I am impaired, I am impaired. And so there is a difference in how some people themselves define how they're living life, and they dislike and abhor, actually, the fact that they're being called disabled because they don't like the terminology. So, not that it makes a huge difference in terms of Oakmont and that living situation, but, there's a defining time where people say, yeah, I'm a little bit impaired, I can't drive as I do, and I have some urinary problems, blah, 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 but I'm able to survive. I'm able to survive in a certain way where I'm not disabled, and I don't want everybody taking care of me. Have some limitations, but I just want to, be able to still move forward and live life the way I want to live life.
We completely respect that, and honestly, something that we've noticed and we're using ourselves is person-first language. The person's diagnosis does not define them. So I don't know if you remember once upon a time when people were being called senile, or they had senility, or they were called demented. It's like, no, the language has changed. It's more person-centered. It's I'm a person with dementia. The dementia doesn't define who they are. So I kind of agree with you as far as someone who may have visual impairments, and they may not want to say I am disabled. Right? It's a different way of thinking. It's a different way of talking about people's needs.
Like these days,
it's more respectful.
The terminology has changed as well, describing our seniors, because seniors are, it used to be older, it used to be elder or elderly, and, for someone who abhors, the use of disability, I abhor the thought that somebody's calling me, by certain names that I just totally dislike. Older adults is the proper name now. And that's how we are looking at it, as opposed to elder or elderly. It's older adults. And I accept that. And, it's fine to redefine as we evolve in how we think about people, and to make the distinction between, how seeing a word disabled, you think of one thing, and to know that you're not that, but you're impaired is another thing. And same with elderly or elder, being an older adult. And I will accept being an older adult till I'm about 110. And then after that, you can call me elderly. I'll be fine with that, I think.
Well, it's interesting because someone will say, well, how old are you? And I'm thinking, well, I don't use that. I use, how young are you? And I took a little gift over to my neighbor last night, and she's a nurse at Henry Mayo, and I never get to see her. And I was looking out the window, and there she was fiddling around in her garage, and I thought, oh, now! So I had my house coat on and what have you, and we were talking about the age of our neighbors, And I said to her, do you mind asking you how young you are? And she looked at me like, what? How young am I? Most people say, how old am I? Well, people aren't old. They're older, just like Jean said. I don't accept that concept of old.
So we should say I'm 81 years young.
Yeah. No, I'm 83 yees young.
83 years young. Or 92
That's right.
Years young.
That's right. And guess what I did? I ziplined again.
Oh, God, no. You are young.
Yes.
Where was that at?
This was in Catalina.
Wow.
We just got back from a 4-day cruise.
Did you zip line over to Catalina, 26 miles?
No, they don't have one that
Follow
far.
the
No,
dolphin?
No.
Did you ride on the back of a dolphin or do any of that?
No.
Oh, okay.
We didn't see any, unfortunately, but we took a tour around the island, a bus tour.
Oh, bus tour,
Yes,
not a golf cart.
It was really, really interesting because we went to the little town they have there. I mean, they're all individual cubicles, and everybody is selling something different. And it's absolutely overwhelming because you can't even see from one end to the other. It's that long. And then you get over to the end, and that's where the blowhole is. Have you been there?
Did you see the blowhole?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. It's fascinating.
Did you see the buffalo?
There weren't any buffalo there.
You didn't see any buffalo
No,
at all
we didn't
during
see
the time
any.
you were there?
None. No
That's
bison.
so funny because, a few blocks from here in Santa Clarita, we can go over to Hart Park
that's right.
and see our buffalo.
Well, there were a few cows along the roadways.
But no
that was all.
buffalo?
No buffalo.
Oh.
No. We didn't
Yeah, there's
see
a
any
whole
at all.
history there in Catalina about it. The Chicago Cubs used to have their spring training there, I believe.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
and Wrigley, I think Wrigley Field, Chicago, I think owned the island or is part of that island for Catalina Island for a while. So there's a whole history that's fun, and zip lining is just an added attraction.
Oh,
now.
yeah, it is. And
Good for you.
have boat trips, you can take boat cruises around the island. And we all chose to do the bus because we were going to see more, And it was wonderful. We stopped. They had a petting zoo there where you could go into the actual area where the animals are and hug them, put them on your lap.
Wow.
There were lions and tigers, monkeys, you name it. Every animal you could possibly imagine.
Pretty cool.
And they were all babies, and they raised them there so that the public can get used to them, and they can get used to the public. And it's a little bit more to pay if you want to go into an actual cubicle and hold the animal. And I thought, I don't think I want to do that. Maybe next time I go, because I'm taking the family for Christmas on the same tour. I figured, gift giving and wrapping and all that stuff, let's do away with it this year. So I said, let's go on a tour. So we're going to take that same cruise.
Did you stay overnight or
Overnight where?
over in Catalina?
On
when
the
you were there?
boat. On the ship.
You were on a ship?
Yes.
Wait.
A princess cruise.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so you didn't just take the shuttle over.
No.
Does Oakmont ever go adventure as far as Catalina with some of their residents?
So we haven't ventured that far yet. We do
Kinda
take
cool.
weekly excursions. And
How about anything related to zip lines?
Wow. Well,
Our residents haven't expressed interest in that, but we have gone to a
Barbara?
winery.
Do they
Barbara?
know about it?
Did you
Do
take
they know about zip lining?
I think they may. Some of
Some
our
of them.
residents are very tech savvy and they're very informed about new adventures and excursions. So that's
Well,
possible.
You may want to do this one.
Did you take any film on your zip line?
No.
No? Or did you hold your camera out?
You aren't allowed to have anything on your person.
Because they have
They have
GoPros you
everything.
put on your head, right? And
Yeah, but-
your hands are free, hands-free GoPro. Zip lining.
No.
No?
No. You hold on.
See, I'd look at one of those and I'd go, I'm not doing that.
Well, I
with
did.
Especially if someone's screaming.
Well, I held
too
one
much.
arm out and one leg out. I said, "Whoa," and they
Pretty
took
cool.
my picture.
That's pretty cool.
how fun.
So, and they emailed all the pictures to us, which is
So
interesting.
you have that?
Yes.
Oh, okay, we'll
Yes.
take a look at it during break.
Yes. Well, we do need to take a break, don't we? Terrific. Okay, then we will take a break. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM, KHTS.
It's the Gilchrist Farm Holiday Hoedown, December 14th and 15th. Catch the holiday horse and rider costume parade on Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Your kids can play in the festive petting zoo with goats, pigs, bunnies, ducks, and chickens. There are pony rides, caroling wagon rides, handmade holiday food, crafts, festive music, and Santa. It's holiday magic at Gilchrist Farms. Just a short ride up Bouquet Canyon. The Holiday Hoedown at Gilchrist Farms. December 14th and 15th from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. Details at gilchristfarm.com.
Your building sign is essential to getting customers to your location. Feathers can help you get your business noticed. Feathers, now in a new, larger space with plenty of parking. They walk you through each phase of your project with special attention to detail and quality. Feathers will provide you with a sign that you can be proud of. Your sign will draw customers in instead of having them drive by. Visit Feathers online at feathersigns.com or go to Feathers' brand new, bigger location at 26017 Huntington Drive off Rye Canyon or call 298-9442.
Today for lunch, why not try the Sandwich Shop? Located on Avenue Stanford in Valencia, the Sandwich Shop offers dozens of hot or cold, affordable, premium deli sandwiches. Gourmet soups and salads are also available. Regulars indulge in the Dutch Crunch Roll on the twice-baked baguettes, which is a customer favorite. Top it off with owner Charlie Chong's Chunky Chocolate Chip Cookie. Breakfast and catering is also available. The Sandwich Shop, since 1983, located on Avenue Stanford right off Rye Canyon. ValenciaSandwichShop.com to place your order.
'Tis the season to find your thrill at Six Flags Magic Mountain as the park transforms into a magical winter wonderland for Holiday in the Park, daily through January 5th, with millions of twinkling lights, festive shows, special seasonal treats, visits with Santa, and more. Win free Holiday in the Park tickets. Stay tuned to your hometown station and you could be the next lucky winner. Not a winner? You can still share in the holiday fun. Visit sixflags.com for the best deals on tickets, memberships, and season passes.
Mission Valley Bank puts the community in community banking. They strive to be your most trusted bank. Mission Valley Bank is happy to sponsor KHTS Holiday Music. Happy holidays!
At Advanced Audiology, we know how important hearing is to you, your loved ones, your work success, your safety, and your ability to stay in the game. Most people won't admit hearing loss to themselves or others. We make it easy for you. Today's digital hearing aids come in a variety of styles, including invisible. All feature-rich, providing unparalleled hearing quality, wearing comfort, and automation that simplifies your life. Don't be fooled by our imitators. There's only one Advanced Audiology with the purple sign next to AAA on Valencia Boulevard.
Hi, I'm Miles McNamara, Certified Senior Advisor and owner of Comfort Keepers and Home Care. Our caregivers help you in your own home. A Comfort Keeper can provide companionship, meal preparation, medication monitoring, assistance with personal care, transportation to doctor appointments, all enhancing your independence and safety in the comfort and privacy of your own home. So if you or someone you love could use a helping hand at home, call Comfort Keepers at 287-4200. That's 287-4200.
Your hometown station.
It's no secret that KHTS has the best midday talk show lineup around. If you've missed any of your favorites, no problem. KHTS has you covered. Podcasts for all the midday shows can be found right on our website, hometownstation.com. Whether you missed a show from 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years ago, and you want to catch up, we got you covered. They're all right there. Plus extra podcasts too. That's hometownstation.com. Hometownstation.com.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Aloha, friends. Go check out Honu Coffee, home of the best cold brew coffee. What makes their coffee special is how their organic coffee beans are infused with nitrogen to create a smooth and delicious cup of coffee. You'll also find traditional bold coffees and island-inspired signature drinks. They're the perfect place to catch up with friends or just relax with your favorite cup of joe. Honu Coffee on Lyons and Walnut in Newhall. Stop by and say aloha.
And now for your convenience, a second Honu location at 23502 Lyons Avenue between Peachland and Apple.
Your hometown station.
Our news team at KHTS is constantly working to keep you informed. If you want the latest and greatest information on the Santa Clarita Valley, just sign up for the KHTS newsletter. SCV News delivered directly to your email inbox every weekday by 5 p.m. and a special weekend edition on Sundays. All it takes is an email address and you're set. Go to hometownstation.com to register.
98.1 FM and AM 1220. Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And now we have a new visitor, Margie Veis.
Hello.
Of Oakmont.
Welcome,
You are the
welcome.
executive
Happy holidays.
director.
I am.
Yes.
Of Oakmont, that's right.
And I heard you whispering at the break, and we're opening another Oakmont.
We are. We have actually broken ground, and we're under construction now in Simi Valley. So
fantastic.
That's really going to be exciting. We have Camarillo getting ready in January, and then Oakmont at River Park, which is in the Oxnard area. And then we'll have Oakmont of Simi Valley opening sometime next year. So I'll be transitioning over.
You won't be here anymore?
I'll always be here.
Oh, good.
I'll
Your heart
always
will
be
be
here.
here.
That, you know what? You always leave a piece of your heart in every building that you open. So,
Oh, I'm sure.
yes, right? That's true. That's true. So,
No, but is there, in Simi Valley, is there already an Oakmont there?
there is
Or-
not. So
there's not? And
Oakmont
then
is coming to
Camarillo
Simi.
This is, but congratulations, Margie, because
Well,
that
thank
just
you.
means that the value and the things you have learned here in Santa Clarita, and how long do we go back? 30 years, something like that, 25 or 30
What
years?
was I, only 5? Yeah. A very long time, Dr. Doria. A very long time.
Yeah, and I've just seen you rise to the top, and you've done well. But, it's not because somebody has just handed this to you. You have earned it.
Well, thank you.
You have worked real hard to understand the older adult communities that are out there and what their needs are. And, bringing your education level, your experience to Santa Clarita has made a huge difference in achieving at these facilities a place for seniors to be and to thrive, which is the most important part of this, because their quality of life is key and important for them to continue the levels and the bar that they have set for themselves and their families that have set for them to stay and age in place. And this is so important that you have had this attitude for so many of our older adults here in Santa Clarita, and thank you for that.
Well, my pleasure, and I'm not fully leaving.
No, not fully. You'll still be here.
Yes.
Well, now, let's explain for our listeners, what is assisted living?
Okay, so assisted living, I always define it as the best of both worlds. So it's a place that seniors can move to where they can maintain their independence, but get the help that they need if they need it. So, for example, someone that has lost a spouse, or somebody that's living in a home and it becomes too much, or somebody that's gotten sick and can't be at home, can choose to move to an assisted living. We're not a skilled nursing. That's always something we like to stress. We're licensed under Department of Social Services. We're a social model. So the whole idea behind an assisted living is that we're assisting. We're assisting with care. Oakmont does it at a very high level. So 5-star culinary. I brought you a cheesecake by our chef.
Yes, I noticed that. Thank you very much.
We have care staff and engagement programs and housekeeping and laundry. So you can live your life, but have that safety net. And I always like to share, I'm an adult child. I have a mom who's going to be 95 on Friday. Is that
That's
tomorrow?
wonderful.
No?
I'll put my cards on the table and let you know that today is my mother's birthday, and she's 98.
See, and we've kind of had our mothers grow up together
that's
over the
right.
years, and we've seen the highs and the lows, because there have been. And moving my mom to Oakmont has been phenomenal for her, but what a relief off my brother, my sister, and myself, off of our shoulders, knowing that she's maintaining her independence, she's thriving.
She's being taken care of when she needs it.
Yep. But
Yes.
as much as she needs,
Yeah,
know?
no one
And
needs to take care of your mom.
that's for darn sure. I'm telling you.
If you met her, and the audience hasn't, but most of them haven't. But if they met Margie's mom, they go, she's out there still.
Yep.
Well, did she object to moving into Oakmont?
She did. And we went through the type of situation that we talk about a lot, that crisis situation, because my mom fell. She was living alone, independent, driving, age 93, and in a nanosecond, she fell and she broke her neck.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm pleased to say that a year and a half later, She's healed. She's back at the senior center singing with the Silvertones.
Wonderful.
She's out and about, but it was a forced move. Yes. And we did go through private caregivers in the home because she didn't want to leave her home, and that's something that we hear all the time. Mm-hmm. But that's a lot of work on the family.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's pros and cons to it, but we decided as a family that she was going to come to Oakmont. So it took her a while to transition, and she also wasn't in a healthy place, and she was healing. Allamary, you know her. I mean, she's out there going and doing now. And I do credit Oakmont and the caregivers and being in a nurturing environment. And also someone like my mom not wanting to appear that she needs help. Mm-hmm. So it made her push herself a little bit harder. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
But there is assistance there if she needs it.
Absolutely.
And that's the nice part about it. Mm-hmm. It really is. And sometimes seniors don't realize they need assistance.
Mm-hmm. And, the other thing, Barbara, sometimes they don't realize they need it, and they get it, and then they realize they like it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's
you know
right.
What? Someone's going to come in and help me with that. I'll take it. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I think women feel that way more so than men.
Yeah.
Because I had to get long-term care in for my husband, and he wasn't particularly thrilled about it.
No, he wasn't.
It's funny because my father-in-law many, many years ago at, our beloved Summerhill Villa, he didn't want to be there either. It was a forced move. But I remember one time having him at home, and he said, I need to leave. I have a shower coming. I don't want to miss it. I was like, oh, my God. Okay. So they learn to accept that help so that care's done and that they're living in a safe environment.
Yeah. Now, with you extending yourself out to Simi Valley and, your time here is periodic, what is the chance when you come back to the show with Allamary, maybe instead we'll have your mom on, and she can explain the pluses and maybe the minuses, but the pluses of Oakmont, because I think she's the perfect spokesperson. You have been.
That would be a fantastic idea.
She would love it.
Oh, that would be incredible. Mm-hmm. It really would.
So when you're out in Simi, then let us know. We'll call her up and bring her in.
Okay. I know Allamary and Mary will bring her. Absolutely.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah. Hear it from the source.
From the source. That's right. Mm-hmm. Because there's nothing better than coming from the person who's in it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Her experience.
Right. And her experience.
What it means to her.
Is different than my experience as the adult child or my sister's experience.
Mm-hmm. Of course, if she turns around and says, I want to go ziplining, what are you going to say?
I'm going to tell her to talk to my brother.
Oh, talk to Barbara.
Yeah, talk to Barbara. That's so funny. So,
But yeah, Oakmont has so many things to offer, though. But, how there are caregivers out there, children of older adults. How do they know when it's time? How do they start to recognize? We talked about falls. Mm-hmm. We talk about memory problems. Mm-hmm. We talk about loss of independence in terms of driving, and sometimes our nutrition becomes problematic. How do we know when it's really problematic and starting to become a problem, and alternatives need to be looked at?
Well, I think that right now it's the perfect time because it's the holidays, and we're seeing our family. Holidays are all about family, right? Mm-hmm. So if you are going to your parents' home, it's a perfect time to take a look. Sometimes families haven't seen each other for a while. They're coming from out of town, and they come into mom and dad's, and they've been talking to them every day or every week, and everything's fine. And then they come in, and the house is in disarray. There's no food in the refrigerator, or the food's spoiled in the refrigerator, or mom and dad kind of look disheveled, or it's very apparent that they're not showering. So take a moment and look around the house and snoop a little bit and see what you're seeing. If they have a medicine box, look at the medicine box. Is it empty? Is it full? Are they taking that medication appropriately? Yeah. So there's lots of signs that we can see that we might not be aware of because they're telling us everything's fine, everything's fine.
They always do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well, a good for instance would be me personally. I tripped and fell while going up one of the steps going from one room to the other. And I mean, I really landed hard.
Ow.
And I hurt my elbow, and I thought, uh-oh, maybe I need to take my son's offer up of putting a ramp in there, because it is a high step. It was a 2-car garage, and my husband transferred it into a model room where he could build his model airplanes. But that step is really high. I mean, it's like this. You've been there.
I've been there. Yeah.
And I
tripped over it.
I tripped, and I'm thinking, whoa, I'm going to be talking to my son this weekend.
Yeah.
And because he's offered to do it. Maybe it's time for me to do that.
Yeah, I'm glad you're okay. Stairs, steps, throw rugs, welcome mats on the front, knickknacks that are placed, decorative but could be tripping hazards.
Pets sometimes,
pets,
under your
coffee
cats
tables.
and dogs, and hassocks. I mean, there's so many problems in any home, and we need to realize that sometimes I get to do house calls. So by doing house calls, I am able to understand how the person is taking their medicine. And commonly, I'll say, "Where's your medicine at?" They'll show me where it is in the kitchen or in the dining room, and they'll have their little packets, and we've taught them to be organized. And then I'll find on the floor one of their pills, and knowing that they missed that day. And, these are the things that families start to realize, and that they're signs, they're clues as to how someone is doing. And if you don't, you can see it and you can count that number, but if you don't respond in the beginning, that's fine. But after it becomes 2, 3, or 4, and then something happens like a fall, then you got to start thinking, maybe I need to look at this a little bit more carefully.
And ideally, you don't want to wait until there's a crisis, right?
Yes.
We don't make great decisions when we're in crisis mode, right?
Not at all.
Everything is a panic. Oh my gosh, I need to have mom in here yesterday, right? Versus, I'm starting to see signs. I want to explore my options, what's available. Something great that Oakmont does is that we offer support groups, and we have a lot of educational series. We have a Tipa Snow visit coming up. So
a what?
Tipa Snow. She
yes.
is
Who's
an
that?
advocate for dementia. She's an educator. So we have different workshops with different topics. Sometimes we have physicians come in and we discuss different topics with the public. And it's really a way for us to help educate our community, not just our residents and our resident families.
So it's open to the whole community.
Yes.
So how do you hear about this?
So we talk about things like this here on KHTS. We also send out newsletters to people who are interested in moving into our community. We're active at the Senior Center. We really do want to find ways to make sure that our community is educated on their options.
Right. This one, TIPA is so world-renowned in dementia education. We actually ran an ad in the Signal to let the community know. Because, again, Oakmont wants to be a resource. Not
that's
everybody.
Where I heard. That's where I read that. That's where I read that. Now.
And it's this
remember.
Monday.
I remember that.
And if anybody is interested, they need to call Oakmont, and we'll give you that number. I think we still have some remaining space. It's from 2 to 4, but you can look her up on YouTube and listen to her and see her on that. And the fact that she's actually coming to Oakmont is unbelievable. We're so excited. And she's also going to be doing a staff training. So in the morning, our staff is going to be educated by TIPA on techniques to work with someone with dementia. And then in the afternoon, she'll be speaking to the public.
And how do you spell her name?
Teepa.
Yeah.
And her last name is Snow, Snow.
Timely.
TIPA Snow.
Yes.
For the time of year.
She is amazing. I mean, I've never met her, but you've met her?
I've met her.
Oh, my gosh.
She is amazing. We use her training techniques. We use the positive approach when training our staff. So it's a great opportunity to have her in person, talking to our staff, talking to our families, talking to the community. She's a great resource.
Right. We've actually been doing a dementia series. She's number 3. We have 2 more coming up that we'll talk about next time, because I know it's, I can't remember, it's Dr. David, and now I'm blanking.
Sleet.
No.
Oh, okay. Snow, sleet, storm, the tornado.
Is that it? Yes, Dr. David Troxel. So he'll be coming in February, right? So again, it's all about education being a resource.
Yeah, then that's what you want. You gain experience, but, the education is what enhances that experience. So
and it's good for the staff, too.
Absolutely. And I think this is one way that Oakmont really shines, especially in our traditions program, which is our dementia. That's what Allamary leads, is that Oakmont takes the time to train the staff in new techniques so that we're always at the forefront with our care for our residents.
It shows our commitment. It really does. It's one thing to say that we train our staff. It's another thing to have leading experts within the field coming in to assist with that.
Right.
Yeah, that's incredible because they have had experience in so many different realms. And that's what helps, because one of your staff may say, oh, I've never had anybody in a situation like that. Right. And the possibility is that you will at some point have someone in a situation like that, and you'll have the wherewithal now to be able to handle that situation.
Right. And different residents respond to different approaches.
Right.
So we have to be fully rounded so that we are best suited to meet the needs of the residents.
That's right. And you also have to know those residents.
Absolutely.
And that's the key. It really is.
Yeah.
Because some residents are, I'm sure, very internal. They keep a lot of stuff in. They don't want anybody to mess with them. Leave me alone, I'm fine. And those are the kinds of people that you really have to get into and dig deep, because it's not good for them, but they don't realize it.
Right.
So we need to take a break, don't we? I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM and AM 1220 KHTS.
You already know Salt Creek Grill has the best food in our valley. Well, now you can have Salt Creek's gourmet meals catered to your event.
I'm Greg Amsler, owner of Salt Creek Grill. I'd like to introduce you to a new level of catering, featuring our catering director, Tamara Levine.
Salt Creek Grill creates memorable experiences, which leaves our clients and guests with a sense of awe and excitement. From menu development to picturesque presentation, you'll enjoy culinary excellence and creative catering.
Salt Creek Grill, a new level of catering.
Discover the memory care your loved one deserves at Oakmont of Valencia, Oakmont's brand new luxury senior living community in Santa Clarita. Oakmont's innovative memory care program features stimulating and engaging activities in a soothing environment, as well as compassionate professional care delivered in the privacy of residents' apartment homes. With 2 gorgeous outdoor courtyards as well as an on-site movie theater, residents will enjoy a life full of vitality, dignity, and purpose. For more information, visit oakmontofvalencia.com.
The Art Gallery of Santa Clarita Artists Association, located in downtown Newhall on 6th Street between Railroad and Main, features local members' original artwork with changing exhibits every 2 months. Purchase affordable art for your home or as gifts. Open Friday through Sunday or by appointment. Artists wishing to join the SCAA can visit santaclaritaartist.org, come to our free monthly meetings at Barnes & Noble, or stop by the gallery. For upcoming shows, check us out at santaclaritaartist.org. We make visual art visible.
At Advanced Audiology, we know how important hearing is to you, your loved ones, your work success, your safety, and your ability to stay in the game. Most people won't admit hearing loss to themselves or others. We make it easy for you. Today's digital hearing aids come in a variety of styles, including invisible. All feature-rich, providing unparalleled hearing quality, wearing comfort, and automation that simplifies your life. Don't be fooled by our imitators. There's only one Advanced Audiology with the purple sign, next to AAA on Valencia Boulevard.
I never thought I'd be looking for an assisted living home until Mom got sick. Suddenly, there were questions that I didn't have answers to, and only limited time to find the answers. What facility could take the best care of Mom? Then my mother's social worker gave me a brochure for assisted living locators and informed me that Assisted Living Locators is recommended by more healthcare professionals than any other agency.
Call Shannon at Assisted Living Locators, 544-1004. That's 544-1004.
We all know sometimes people lose their way. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, the Way Out Recovery SCV may have the answers you've been waiting for. The Way Out is the premier intensive outpatient treatment center serving Santa Clarita. Asking for help is the first step. Call The Way Out today, 661-296-4444. That's 296-4444 for a private free assessment. The Way Out is an accredited, affordable outpatient program that accepts most insurance. Call us at 661-296-4444 or check us out online at thewayOutRecoveryscv.com. Quit battling with yourself. Ask The Way Out for help today.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host Dr. Jean Dorio on your hometown station 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And we're speaking with Margie Veis, who is the Executive Director of Oakmont Senior Living, and also with Allamary Moore, who's a Memory Care Director. And it's good to have you back again.
Mm-hmm.
Our pleasure.
Yes.
So Oakmont now expanding, but taking their knowledge base and being able to utilize that for their residents. Also adding to it meetings and talks and the seminars to be able to raise the level here in Santa Clarita of the knowledge base of those who care about their loved ones who are now living here.
Absolutely.
So, Oakmont has played a charge-forward role here in Santa Clarita for many years now. And Margie, going back to your role in that, has, because I've seen you at other places, but, others were aware of your talents, and then moving forward to a new facility here in Santa Clarita and adding a second one here in Santa Clarita, and then saying, well, we need another one, but it's outside the valley, but putting you in charge of that, that's an achievement, and it's just great that you are able to do this for not only our seniors here, but in LA County and throughout the state. You're giving that baseline and raising the bar for so many of the individuals here and allowing, what is that, Barb? Allowing us to live
independently.
Well, not only that, but also the caregivers to feel a little bit more secure that their loved ones are being taken care of. And that's what Oakmont does.
Right. We're actually going to be celebrating Oakmont of Santa Clarita's 4th anniversary in January, if you can believe it. I can't. Oakmont of Santa Clarita, I believe it's January 16th is our anniversary date. So I'm sure we will be celebrating that milestone. So, you think about it, in 4 years.
4 years. That's incredible.
We have opened a second Oakmont. We're continuing to fill the community. And again, we encourage anybody that wants to come experience Oakmont. Again, we'll give that contact information to call or stop by either Oakmont, the one on Newhall Ranch Road or the one on Copper Hill. We both offer the same Oakmont standard, but it's a different feel. And we can explain, those points of differences. But we do have availability, and we do tours, and we do lunches, and we have activities that they can join just to get that whole Oakmont experience to see if it's right for them.
And that is with assisting them to live the life they want.
Right.
Not diving in and doing everything for them.
Absolutely.
But being there when they need some assistance with something.
Yes. Right.
Now, we've talked about the assisted living portion. What about memory care? What's involved there?
In 1 minute.
Okay. Well, the goal for memory care is to help seniors live their best life as well, but it's really specialized for people with memory impairments. We make sure that they have quality of life every day. They're engaging in a variety of activities. They're eating healthy meals. They're having access to social interactions. They go on outings. I mean, it's a diverse amount of activities that we do throughout the day. We incorporate families into the process, but it's really also providing that support, but in a more specialized and secured way.
Yeah, you keep them a lot busier and a lot more involved then.
But you're stimulating the neurons, and that's the important part.
That's part of it.
Specialized.
Yes,
we're
that's what it is.
To stimulate their neurons and
keep the rust off the, and that's essentially how I look at
Well,
it.
yes, that's true.
It just
very
you have
true.
to, not just do crossword puzzles and use computers. I mean, you just have to be thinking.
Right.
And a lot of them are used to that, but we have to shed the rust and move it forward so that, and challenge their brains. And, that is, they always think, take a drug, and, have surgery. I mean, these are all nice medical things, but, to me, let's use the brain. And that's what you guys do. You're stimulating their neural activity to move them forward and keep them moving forward.
And we're doing cognitive jumping jacks.
There you go. They're very good.
Cognitive jumping jacks. What is that?
Last time I was here, Dr. Dorio and I had a whole discussion about our cognitive enhancement program and what that looks like, and he called it cognitive jumping jacks.
That's right. Just got the rust off my brain. Wow. So, no, it's just great the things that Oakmont does in this community. And Margie, thank you so much. Allamary, thank you so much for being here. Contact information in case someone listening or a family member is listening who would like to take advantage and just get a tour and see the facility.
You can call Oakmont of Valencia, and that's where the Teepa Snow event is going to be on Monday, 661-568-6080. And then they can also connect you with Oakmont of Santa Clarita, which is our community on Newhall Ranch Road.
Great, you guys. Thanks for being on the show again. Yes. We're waiting and hoping to see your mom the next time.
Okay, we'll get it set up.
That would be wonderful. It really would.
We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers In-Home Care and Advanced Audiology. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.